Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm honored to rise on behalf of the California Legislative Jewish Caucus in support of H.R. 33 in celebration of our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer Californians. This month, we recognize the LGBTQ+ community's important and lasting contributions in every field of endeavor. We honor the bravery and resilience of those who have fought for LGBTQ civil rights and made significant strides towards creating a world where everyone can live as their authentic selves without fear of discrimination. Based on recent polling, approximately 10 to 12% of Californians now identify as LGBTQ+, and our community's visibility continues to grow. Leaders in the Jewish community who identify as LGBTQ+ have been on the front lines of the LGBTQ+ civil rights and social justice movement. Many of our most cherished and beloved LGBTQ+ leaders were motivated by their Jewish faith and values. Harvey Milk, the first openly gay man to be elected to any public office in California, who we honored on this assembly floor just 2 weeks ago. Barney Frank, one of the first LGBTQ+ members of Congress. Sheila Kuehl, the first openly LGBTQ+ member of this body and the California State Legislature, in whose seat I now proudly serve. Mark Leno, the first openly gay man elected to the state Senate and one of the first openly gay men to be elected to the California State Legislature. Colorado Governor Jared Polis, Dr. Rachel Levine, Assistant Secretary for Health of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the first transgender individual to hold a federal position that requires Senate confirmation. And of course, our very own co-chair of the Jewish Caucus, Senator Scott Wiener. Pride gives us the opportunity to acknowledge the LGBTQ+ community's leadership in many prominent Jewish organizations, such as rabbis, cantors, and leaders of major institutions. This includes Beth Chaim Hadashim in Los Angeles, the first LGBTQ+ synagogue in the world, founded in 1972, and Denise Egger, the first openly gay president of the Central Conference of American Rabbis and the founding rabbi of Congregation Kol Ami, also in my district. While this is a time for celebration, we must also recognize that there's still much more work to be done to advance the rights of the LGBTQ+ community across the country. Over 450 anti-LGBTQ+ bills were introduced in 2023 alone across the United States, according to the American Civil Liberties Union. Many of this legislation targets the trans community, threatening their health care, access to opportunities, and right to equal treatment under the law. So too, violence against our community has continued to be a pervasive threat, including especially to members of our transgender and LGBTQ+ communities of color. Despite this progress, there still remains a significant amount of work that lies ahead to ensure that every person is given the just and equal treatment that our nation's promise. As Harvey Milk once said, rights are won only by those who make their voices heard. The Jewish Caucus will continue to make its voice heard and stand strong and proud, both as allies and a part of our LGBTQ+ community, in solidarity to keep fighting for equality and what's right. In that spirit, and on behalf of the Jewish Caucus, I respectfully ask for your aye vote on H.R. 33.